say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new.
So we are not wasting any time today. I'm going right in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. I believe I mixed in a little bit of Chestnut just to prime the lid. Then I'm patting that out with the damp Real Technique sponge right before I set it. And in order to set it, I'm going to use the NYX HD Finishing Powder. And I'm going to set that with a fluffy blending brush. And we want to make sure we set it so that our eyeshadow can go on nice and smooth and nothing skips. So the first shade that I'm going with is in the bottom right hand corner. It's kind of like a burnt orange shade. I'm going to use that as my transition shade. So I'm just buffing that in the crease, going back and forth using windshield wiper motions. So the next shade that I'm going to use is this really pretty dusty mauve shade, and I am taking that right into the crease. The orange shade really warmed the crease up. This one is going to cool it down, and it's going to go along with the nice purpley pinkish theme that we're going with in our eyes. Now to deepen things up, I'm going in with the brown that is smack in the middle of this palette, and I'm taking a blending brush that's a little bit more dense than the ones that I was using for the first two shades, and I'm just deepening the crease up with that color. Now I'm taking a blending brush with no additional color just to make sure that those colors are nice and smooth and blended together. Next shade that I'm going in with is the burgundy that is right on top of the brown, and again I'm going into the crease with this color just to give it a little bit more of a berry tone, because I feel like the brown took that berry tone away that we were going for, and I'm using a more tapered blending brush to do this. Now I'm going to really focus on building up that purple theme that we're going for, and I'm taking a brush, I don't know the exact name of it, it does have really dense bristles on it. It was just a cheap set that I got off of Amazon, but I really like this brush for cut creases. I will leave a link for the set of brushes down in the description box. They were super cheap, and the brushes are awesome. Like, it was literally a steal. But anyway, I am taking that purple shade and really starting to form out that crease, and I'm using this brush to do that. And because I have hooded eyes, you can see that I'm taking it just above where my actual crease is at, because otherwise when I open my eye, you wouldn't be able to see that shade. So if you have hooded eyes, just take it a little bit above where your natural crease is. If you have prominent eyelids, you can go ahead and take it right into your crease. And by now you've noticed I switched brushes. I'm just making sure that that purple shade is blended out. So I'm taking the tapered blending brush and just going over top of that purple with that more burgundy shade. Now in order to continue to deepen my crease up, I'm going in with the darker purple shade that is on the second row from the bottom, and I'm taking that brush, that very same brush that I used with the previous purple shade, and I'm just going to continue to define and cut my crease. Now I'm taking the fluffier blending brush and taking a little bit of that dusty mauve and just going in and blending. Really, the cut crease is mostly about blending right in your crease and right above your crease. Don't worry about what happens below, because we're going to clean that up with some concealer. And then again, I'm dipping back into that burgundy shade, really just to continue blending out. It's all about blending, 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 blending. Now I'm stepping outside of my 35P palette just for 2 seconds and using the shade Matte Maskowitz by the Balm just because I want to deepen it up, and I really wanted like a cool tone purple that was literally just going to deepen that crease, and I absolutely love it. This was the perfect shade to do that. So the last shade that I'm going to use to cut the crease is the black that's in the 35P palette, and I'm using a super light hand and taking it on that same brush that I was using to cut the crease with the purples, and I'm going to then blend that out with a more tapered blending brush because black can be really harsh. So now it's time to cut the actual crease. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Medium Beige, and I'm really carving out where I want that illusion to take place at to make it more exact. You can use whatever shade and whatever concealer works for you. One thing I will say about concealer on your brush is that you want a lot, because otherwise your brush is going to skip across your eyelid and it's going to make your line a little bit less exact. So just make sure you take your time and on a flat concealer brush, carve out that area where you want your actual crease to be cut. For me, because I have hooded eyelids, I kind of have to make it up, but if you have regular prominent eyelids, then you can go ahead and follow the line of your natural eyelid.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you.
Now for the eyelid shade, I'm going in with the Naked Cosmetics Loose Pigment in the shade Desert Sunset, and I'm going to pack that on everywhere that I put that concealer. When you're packing your eyeshadow on your actual eyelid, you want to be careful not to go too high. You want to make sure that you put it everywhere that you put the concealer, no higher and definitely no lower. So just make sure that you are nice and careful and you're taking your time. So I wanted it to be a little bit more pink, so I'm going in with the NYX Ultra Pearl Mania Loose Pigment. I don't know the shade name because I got it a long time ago and I think that it is discontinued at this point, but I'm just packing it over top of that previous shade that we just used. So the lighting is definitely washing this shade out, but I'm taking just this really pale gold shade in the second row of the palette and putting that right on my brow bone, and I'm touching up the other side as well just because I wanted it to be a little bit more dramatic on that side. So this is the basis of the look. I'm adding my liner and lashes off camera, so you will see the completed look in just a second.
Oh, I choke you down just like a pill.
So that is the completed look. Of course, I went in and smoked out my bottom lash line. You don't have to, but you are more than welcome to add that drama. I did an ombre lip just to set the purple tones off just a little bit more. What I used, everything that I used on my eyes and on my lips will be down below in the description box. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything else. And let me know down in the comment section what you thought about this look.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back.